Hello and welcome to the United Stand Christmas Eve special where me, Mark Goldbridge, will be giving my 5 wishes this Christmas with a Manchester United tilt. But first of all, it is Christmas, so I just do want to raise a toast. Shouldn't have a drink before a toast. Raise a toast to you all and say thanks to everybody who has been part of the United Stand this year, and I hope you do have a fantastic Christmas and a prosperous and happy New Year. But I'm still feeling down. You know, that Leicester result yesterday is just, I think it's very typical of Manchester United's season, isn't it, so far? And you know, we didn't lose, but it's still not good enough and it's still really disappointing. And I think that's Manchester United at the moment. We're not 6th, we're not battling for 4th, we're 2nd, and that's good. But we want to be going for 1st, and it's disappointing. So, you know, it's not all bad. I mean, from a year ago, it's a lot better. It's a lot better. But what would my 5 wishes be for Christmas, and what do I believe Jose Mourinho's 5 wishes for Christmas should be? And funnily enough, in at number 5, probably the most controversial as the lot, a new contract for Jose Mourinho is what I want. I believe he is the right man for Manchester United. I firmly do. I always have and I still do. Looking at the result against Leicester yesterday, I think, you know, Mourinho makes mistakes. He does make mistakes. Keeping Smalling on when he was injured and keeping him in the centre-back position was just naive. He knew he was injured for a long time. He should have just took him off the pitch or put him somewhere out where he can't cause any damage. But he can't finish the chances, and there was enough chances to win that game. And I think there's a lot of things going wrong at Manchester United that are not down to the manager. The signings in the summer didn't materialise, all the ones he needed. He's had a lot of bad luck. He is victimised. That's a fact. He hasn't had Pogba for 50% of the season, Premier League season. That's hurt us a lot. And yet still we're in 2nd place, which is massive progress. His contract's up in 18 months. He needs to be getting a new contract by the summer because he cannot go into the last year without a new contract. It would just leave too much uncertainty in the club. Sir Alex Ferguson had that, and he ended up signing a new contract because the club went off the boil. So they're going to have to do something in the next few months, and that would be one of my Christmas wishes, that Mourinho gets a new contract sooner rather than later. There is nobody else other than him for me. Secondly, I would like the Deadwood gone ASAP. I think the loss to Bristol City showed that the squad is big, but it can't be relied on. And I think the game against Leicester showed that even the first teamers need a kick up the arse because they can't be relied on. I don't think people like Marcus Rashford, Jesse Lingard should be gone, or Phil Jones or anything like that. I don't think they should be sold, but I think we should be bringing in players of a better calibre, that maybe they are more bench players than first team players, because the top echelon, I think, again, going back to that Leicester result, it's where Manchester United are at the moment. You can't say we didn't deserve to draw the game when we drew the game. We were masters of our own downfall, and I think that I'm going to keep using this line. I nicked it off somebody from the live comments a couple of days ago, and I wish I remember the name because I would happily shout it out, and it was a really good line. Manchester United at the moment are 2nd in the Premier League, comfortably 2nd in the Premier League, and they probably will finish 2nd. We may even win a trophy, but we're going to be a long way off the Premier League. Christmas Eve, and we're 13 points off Manchester City. That's embarrassing. Don't judge us against Arsenal and Liverpool. 20 points is even worse. Judge us against where we want to be, which is top of the Premier League, challenging for the Champions League. And for Manchester United to take that next step, the players that we bring in have got to be of that next quality. And the line I think United need to use now when they're signing players is, would this player be somebody Real Madrid would want? Would this be a player that Barcelona want? Would this be a player that PSG want? Would this be a player that any the very best clubs in the world want? That's the mantra Manchester United need to have now, because that's the sort of player I believe that needs to come in to improve us from where we are now. Lingard should be on the bench. Maybe Rashford should be on the bench. Maybe some of our other players that you think should be in the first team should be on the bench. So the players that are coming in have got to be of that top quality player. So the Deadwood needs to be cleared out. And for me, the Deadwood is Darmian, it is Blind, it is Fellaini. And they're the 3 that need to go in the first instance. And Mkhitaryan needs to go as well. And that's a shame because it's on Mourinho's watch. But he's just never going to be the player we need him to be. He's always going to be consistent. And the experiment didn't work. Be ruthless in the players that we get rid of. And be aggressive in the players that we go for. And that would be my 3rd wish, really, that we need to go and get a proper number 10. a number 10 who can take on the shoulders of being a Manchester United number 10, who can sit there between the midfield and the attack, dictate the play at the very, very top level, and not go missing, and not be inconsistent, and not be indecisive. And that's what we have. I think Mkhitaryan is all of those things. I think Mata never gets a chance at number 10, so there's very little point in judging him there. I don't think Jesse Lingard is a 10. I think he's full of endeavour, but ultimately at the highest level, he's probably not even a first team player for a top 4 side, let alone a number 10. We need to go and sign one, and whether it be Ozil or whether it be Dybala or whoever, for me it would be Antoine Griezmann. I would go and get Antoine Griezmann to play there, give him the number 7 shirt, and let's see what happens, because the relationship I think he'd have with Pogba and Lukaku would be a good one, and it would make Manchester United a better team. So for me, it would be Griezmann coming in as our number 10. My fourth wish would be for us to buy a winger, and I think a winger is something that, again, I empathise and sympathise with Jose Mourinho. He wanted Ivan Perisic in the summer, and the club didn't get him. And this is a guy who can play on either wing and cross with both feet, and that's his game. He's aggressive, he's quick, he's skillful, he's tall, but he can deliver across, and deliver across like any player in the world football can. One of the best in world football is what I'm trying to say. And we didn't get him. We didn't go that extra yard to get him, and Mourinho wanted him. And I look at this Manchester United side now, and I don't see anybody who can put a cross in. In fact, the best player we've got to put a cross in, we loaned out to Valencia in Andreas Pereira. So a winger is what we need. And I think a winger is one that Jose Mourinho really wants. And I'd be very surprised if we don't bring one in, because it's what he wanted in the summer and didn't get. Who would I go for? You know what? They're not easy. They don't grow on trees. Certainly not Christmas trees. But I still would love... I think I'm going to say Perisic, even though I know it's not going to happen because he signed the new contract at Inter Milan. But I'd love it to happen. And the reason I'd love it to happen is because I said it all through the summer. He was a player I thought would have been a revelation at Manchester United. And I'd just like to see... I'd love us to sign him so all those doubters can see. Because I think when you've got somebody who can put a decent cross in, you'd suddenly see Lukaku get another 5 to 10 goals a season just because we've got someone like that. So yeah, a winger for me. And then finally, my final wish for Christmas would be that we get a leader. I was asked the other day, who would I pick from the 99 side, from the current side to go in the 99 side? And a lot of people were saying De Gea over Schmeichel. And I said, no, I love De Gea. I think he's the best goalkeeper in the world. But Schmeichel was a leader. Schmeichel was like a captain. Schmeichel would run off his line and shout at the defenders and the attackers and everybody else. He wanted to be involved. He wanted to be a leader. De Gea's not a leader. That's not his fault. But Schmeichel was a leader. And I think at the moment I'd take Schmeichel because Schmeichel is a leader. And we lack leadership. Whether it's in the last minute when we're just not organised, whether it's in the first minute when we need to kick up the backside, we don't have leaders. And I'm not saying there's loads of leaders in football, but we lack leadership on the pitch. And we've lacked it pretty much since the day Roy Keane retired. But we've had players whose experience and knowledge of the club is leadership in itself. At the moment, we just don't have any leaders. You've got young kids like Rashford and Martial doing good things, but you know they're going to be inconsistent. You've got team players who just want to be led, and we don't have enough leaders in the team. And for me, I think Manchester United need that on the pitch. We don't win enough 50-50s. You know, we don't win enough 50-50 tackles. We don't win enough second balls, and that comes from leadership. And United do lack it. And I think someone like Matic, who's a really good player and likes to get his foot in, he's not a leader. He's a sort of a quiet assassin. He's not a leader. Pogba, is he a leader? I think still Pogba's very, very immature in his own personality to be leading Manchester United as captain. I think it's more of a gimmick than a real leadership, and I hope he can grow into the role, but I don't see that leadership from Pogba. Certainly not organising, and United miss it. So I'd love us to go and buy a leader. Who's available? Very, very difficult. Names that come to mind for me are people like Raji Nainggolan from Roma, who I don't think we could get, or even a Vidal from Bayern Munich. Just somebody who's just aggressive but experienced, and we do lack a leader in the team. Somebody who just really cares and grabs hold of the team. But no, they're my 5 wishes anyway. I think Mourinho contract, get rid of the deadwood, a number 10, a winger, and a leader. I suspect next Christmas I may be wishing for quite a few of those still, but hopefully we can get 1 or 2 over the next 6 months, because I think that's where Manchester United need to improve. Yeah, so get what I should have said is get commenting below and give us what your 5 wishes for Christmas would be, because I think everybody's probably differs. But yes, I also want to say have a fantastic Christmas. It is Christmas Eve. It is the nice quiet studio, and I did that purposely, so thanks to Draughty Devil for the studio. Nice quiet Christmas Eve video for you. Who knows what 2018 will hold for Manchester United? Who knows what it'll hold for the United Stand? Who knows what it'll hold for society in general? That's a bit deep, but we have to believe. You've got to keep believing, and we're not in a bad position, but we always want more at Manchester United, and we have to, we have to do better. We have to do better. There's a lot of room for improvement in that squad still. We've come a long way, baby, but there's still a lot of improvement to come. Also, in the link in the video description, you'll see a link to my channel, the Mark Goldbridge channel. Now, I am away over Christmas, but there will be live streams off my phone. And if you want to catch them, they will be going up on the Mark Goldbridge channel, because we're trying to move away from doing them on the United Stand off the phone videos anymore. There's still going to be regular content on here. I've got my Christmas message for you tomorrow, but have a fantastic Christmas. Get commenting below. Give us a like if you like it. And remember to subscribe to my channel if you want the live reaction stuff, or the God knows what I'll get up to. But thanks for watching. I'll speak to you all soon. Have a great Christmas. And remember, we're not going anywhere. Got games, previews, all stuff over Christmas. So I'll speak to you soon. And don't miss the Christmas message tomorrow. Thanks for watching.